Electric vehicles are often touted as the future of the automotive industry, promising a cleaner, more sustainable way to travel. However, recent trends suggest that this future might not be as bright as we once thought, especially for luxury brands like Lexus, Porsche, and Mercedes. Despite the hype and significant investments, these prestigious automakers are struggling to sell their EVs, facing plummeting sales, massive price cuts, and production scalebacks. Here's a closer look at the harsh reality of EV sales for these brands. Number 1. Mercedes sales collapse. The so-called EV revolution is turning into a nightmare for luxury brands like Mercedes. The dramatic collapse in sales of their hyped EQS model, with a nosedive of over 50%, is a prime example. Despite the marketing buzz, more than half of their previous sales have vanished. While plug-in hybrid sales have surged, the base numbers were tiny, making this victory less impressive. Mercedes' reaction to these dismal figures is telling. They're scaling back their EV ambitions and reinvesting in internal combustion engines. The EQE and EQE SUV, touted as stars of Mercedes' electric lineup, saw a 47% sales drop in the second quarter compared to last year. Year-to-date figures show a smaller decline, but the trend is clear. Customers prefer reliable, tried-and-tested combustion engines. The numbers don't lie. Mercedes is struggling to sell its EVs, and demand simply isn't there. Number 2. Lexus slashing prices. Lexus has been slashing prices on their EVs, with some models seeing reductions of up to £7,000, in a desperate attempt to boost sales. This isn't just for their EVs. Hybrids, already more practical than full EVs, are also seeing price cuts. The goal is to attract private buyers in a market dominated by fleet demand, where significant incentives and tax breaks have driven EV sales. Private buyers, however, remain hesitant due to concerns about range, charging infrastructure, and overall cost. Lexus is clearly feeling the pinch, trying to make their EVs more appealing by making them cheaper. Despite the marketing spin, these drastic price cuts are a red flag indicating low demand. When a company slashes prices this steeply, it's clear the product isn't selling as expected. The rosy picture painted by EV advocates contrasts sharply with the reality of a market not ready to fully embrace electric vehicles. Lexus's efforts to make EVs more affordable highlight their struggle to move units in a skeptical market. Number 3. Porsche cutting production. Porsche, known for high-performance luxury vehicles, isn't immune to the EV curse. They've recently had to scale back production of their Taycan model, highlighting the cooling demand for luxury EVs. The Zuffenhausen plant, where these high-end electric cars are made, has had to dial down operations because the excitement over the Taycan isn't living up to expectations. Demand for the Taycan, along with other luxury EVs, is dipping. In Australia, sales of the Taycan dropped by a staggering 33.7% in just the first half of the year. This production cut isn't just a blip, it's a clear indication that luxury EVs are struggling to find their footing. The allure of owning a cutting-edge electric Porsche isn't enough to overcome the practical and economic concerns many potential buyers have. High costs, concerns about range and charging infrastructure, and the overall readiness of the market all contribute to this downturn. Porsche's decision to reduce production at such a significant plant highlights the broader challenges facing the EV market, especially at the luxury end. It's becoming clear that the electric vehicle revolution isn't progressing as smoothly as anticipated. Buyers are hesitant, and the supposed boom in EV sales is showing serious signs of faltering, even among top-tier brands like Porsche. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. This helps us reach more auto enthusiasts just like you. Now let's shift gears and steer towards our next point. Number 4. Luxury EVs under scrutiny. Luxury EVs like the Mercedes EQS and Porsche Taycan face even more criticism. These high-end models come with a hefty price tag but offer little practical benefit over their gasoline counterparts. The EQS, despite its luxury features, is plagued by the same range and charging issues as any other EV. The Taycan, though marketed as a high-performance vehicle, still suffers from fundamental problems that deter many potential buyers. In the end, EVs may look good on paper and in marketing campaigns, but the reality is far less glamorous. They're burdened with range limitations, a lack of charging infrastructure, and an overall level of inconvenience that makes them a tough sell. As it stands, the promise of an all-electric future is more hype than reality, especially considering the practical needs and preferences of everyday drivers. Number 5. 2024, a year of turbulence for the EV market. In 2024, the EV market has seen significant developments that highlight the struggles luxury brands face. For instance, Tesla, often seen as the benchmark for EV success, has been dealing with its own challenges. While still leading in sales volume, Tesla has faced quality control issues and increased competition from traditional automakers, impacting its market share. Several countries that were once aggressively pushing for EV adoption through subsidies and incentives have begun scaling back these programs. This shift is partly due to the economic strain of maintaining such subsidies, and partly due to the realization that the transition to EVs may take longer and be more complex than initially thought. One notable example is the United Kingdom, which recently announced a reduction in EV subsidies, shifting the focus toward building a more robust charging infrastructure. This policy change reflects a growing recognition that simply incentivizing purchases is not enough. The supporting infrastructure must also be in place to make EV ownership practical and appealing. What lies ahead for EVs? Looking ahead, the future of EVs, particularly in the luxury segment, is uncertain. While advancements like solid-state batteries offer hope with improved range and faster charging, they may not fully address current limitations. Expanding charging infrastructure is essential. As fast chargers become more common and networks grow, the convenience gap between EVs and gasoline vehicles will narrow. However, technology alone may not be enough. Automakers must also enhance the driving experience to appeal to luxury buyers, potentially through features that mimic traditional engine sounds or innovative designs that capture the prestige of high-end vehicles. In summary, while EVs signify a major shift in the automotive industry, their path to widespread adoption, especially in the luxury market, remains challenging. Brands like Mercedes, Porsche, and Lexus demonstrate that even leading manufacturers face difficulties. The future of EVs will depend on ongoing innovation, improved infrastructure, and a deep understanding of consumer desires. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the current state of the EV market, be sure to subscribe to Piston Pundit. Stay tuned for our next vehicle update and upcoming videos. Also, please share your thoughts and experiences below. See you next time.